Reserved people rarely prosper financially. Wealth often comes through communication. Start conversing. After 50, cease working for money. Instead, invest time wisely for extended fulfillment. Peace is the greatest tool for developmental progress. Test your friend's loyalty by asking them to deceive another. Only free individuals negotiate. Prisoners cannot enter into contracts. Few misfortunes can't be turned into personal victories with iron will and skill. Courageous people forgive for peace's sake. I am inherently optimistic. Optimism entails facing the sun and moving forward. Hatred isn't innate, it's learned. If we learn to hate, we can learn to love. I'm not a saint unless you define a saint as a sinner who persists. There's no fulfillment in playing small. Settle for nothing less than your full potential. I'd prefer to earn 1% from 100 people's efforts than 100% from my own. Returning to an unchanged place reveals personal growth. Great peacemakers embody integrity, honesty, and humility. Rather than finding fault, seek solutions. Anyone can complain. They say you can't truly know a nation until you've been inside its jails. Judge a nation not by its treatment of the elite, but by its treatment of the least. Negotiation taught me that change in others begins with change in oneself. Appearances matter. Remember to smile. Know your adversary, including their interests. Financial hardship in old age often stems from a lack of early appreciation for saving and investing. Seize every opportunity for financial growth, even later in life, through prudent saving and investing. Your greatest foe may be someone you trust deeply. Beware of deception cloaked in innocence. Authenticity saves time for everyone. Mistakes are not stumbling blocks, but stepping stones. Learn from them and press forward. The value of time becomes clear only once it's gone. Use it wisely. Don't rush through life. Savor every moment. Your social circle reveals much about your character. If your circle doesn't inspire you, it's not a circle but a confinement. Expect everyone to hurt you. Seek those worth enduring pain for. Reject societal norms. Most lack direction themselves. Faith is humanity's loftiest passion. Life may be bitter, but it's taken sip by sip. Earning people's trust surpasses relying on fortifications. Men see things not as they are, but as they wish them to be. Self-destruction begins where faith transcends thought. Being human isn't a given, but a lifelong mission. The ultimate goal isn't just to understand the highest ideals, but to put them into action. Learn to keep silent. Only then will your life truly improve. What separates us from mere desire is its impression of eternity. Beware of small expenditures. A tiny leak can sink a mighty ship. I discovered that courage isn't the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. True bravery lies not in fearlessness, but in overcoming fear. When denied the right to live one's beliefs, one is forced into rebellion. We owe our children, a society's most vulnerable, freedom from violence and fear. There were many dark moments testing my faith in humanity, yet I refused despair. To surrender leads only to defeat and demise. A sharp mind and compassionate heart are formidable on their own, but coupled with eloquence, they become extraordinary. Failure presents an opportunity to begin anew with greater wisdom. Weak desires yield feeble results, much like a small fire produces little heat. Escaping poverty isn't charity, it's an act of justice. As we let our own light shine, we inspire others to do the same. Your perspective depends on your position. Sometimes a generation must rise to greatness. Let that generation be yours. He who cannot reason is foolish. He who refuses to reason is prejudiced. He who fears to reason is enslaved. Anyone who stops learning ages, whether at 20 or 80. Those who continue learning stay youthful. Without language, we cannot understand or connect with others. We cannot share their dreams, grasp their history, appreciate their poetry, or savor their songs. Let justice, peace, work, bread, water, and salt be accessible to all. Let each person know freedom to fulfill body, mind, and soul. When the water starts boiling, it's foolish to turn off the heat. Quitting can also be leading. One doesn't become a freedom fighter for awards. Music and dance bring peace to my soul. No single person can free a nation. Collective action liberates. Treat captured enemies well and retain them. Disarm their will to fight. Not every horned creature will charge when provoked. Never trust a friend who ignores your faults. 3 irretrievable things: time, words, opportunities. Don't waste time. Choose words wisely. Seize opportunities. If they criticize you behind your back, you're ahead of them. We live 2 lives. The second starts when we realize we have only one. Men often neglect their own fields to tend others' weeds. Before seeking revenge, prepare for its consequences. Defeat teaches many lessons. Victory, few. Depression dwells in the past, anxiety in the future. Peace resides in the present. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. We strive harder to convince others of our happiness than to believe it ourselves. A healthy person desires 1,000 things. An ill person desires only one. Focus on purifying your thoughts. Without bad thoughts, bad actions cease. The person who believes he can and the person who believes he cannot are both correct. Learn as if you always feel lacking in knowledge and always fear losing it. Do not criticize your neighbor's snowy roof when your own doorstep is dirty. Hatred signifies defeat. It's more shameful to distrust our friends than to be deceived by them. He who flatters a person is their enemy. He who points out their faults is their creator. Knowing what's right and not acting is the ultimate cowardice. What a caterpillar sees as the end, the world sees as a butterfly. Attempting to travel two paths leads nowhere. He who finds contentment with his circumstances is wealthy. The noble person uses things, the lesser person is used by them. Even the finest sword will rust in salt water over time. Human nature tends toward evil. Goodness arises from deliberate effort. To lead people, understand and follow them. When anger arises, consider the consequences. Understanding your enemy requires adopting their perspective. If you're the smartest person present, seek a different gathering.